Hello, good evening. My name is Mary, and today we're going to be reading the story of day number 132. And today's story is Elijah's Challenge, Part 1. For 3 years after Elijah gave God's message to King Ahab, no rain fell on Israel. The brooks didn't flow. The springs became dry, the ground was parched, and the fields produced nothing. There was no grass for the cattle and the flocks, and there was scarcely any food for the people. King Ahab was in trouble. He knew Elijah had the power to call down rain. But Elijah was nowhere to be found. He sent men to search for him and asked the kings of the nations around to look for him, for he hoped to persuade the prophet to end the drought. During the drought's third year, Ahab called Obadiah, his chief servant. Unlike Ahab, he was a good man, worshiping the Lord and trying to do right. Once, when Queen Jezebel tried to kill all the prophets of the Lord, Obadiah hid 100 of them in 2 caves, gave them food, and kept them safe. Ahab said to Obadiah, "Let's go through all the land, you in one part and I in another, and look for running streams and springs. Perhaps we can find enough water to save some of the horses and mules." As Obadiah was going through his part of the country looking for water, suddenly Elijah met him. Obadiah knew Elijah at once. He fell on his face before him and said, "Is this my lord Elijah?" Elijah answered him, "Yes, it is Elijah. Go and tell your master that Elijah is here." Obadiah said, "Oh, my lord, why do you want King Ahab to kill me? When I go tell him you are here, the Lord will send you away to some other place. If Ahab cannot find you, he will be angry at me and kill me. Don't you know I fear the Lord and serve him?" Elijah said, "I promise I will show myself to King Ahab today." So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him of Elijah's coming, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. When Ahab saw Elijah, he said to him, "Are you here, you who brought all this trouble to Israel?" And Elijah answered the king, "I am not the one that has brought trouble on Israel. It is you and your house. You have turned away from the commands of the Lord and have worshipped the images of Baal. Bring all the people to Mount Carmel, along with the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah who ate at Jezebel's table." Ahab did as Elijah commanded and brought all the people to Mount Carmel. Elijah stood before the multitude and said to them, "How long will you go halting and limping back and forth between two sides, not choosing either? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, then follow him." I am alone, the only prophet of the Lord here today. But Baal's prophets are 450 men. Now, let the people give us 2 young oxen, one for Baal's prophets and one for me. Let the prophets of Baal take 1 ox, cut it up, and lay it on the altar. But let no fire be placed under it. I will do the same. Then you call on your God, and I will call on the Lord. And the God who sends down the fire to his altar will be the God of Israel. And the people said, what you have spoken is right. We will do as you say, and we'll see who is the true God. And that was the word of the Lord. Now we come to our discussion. Discussion questions. Number 1, who was Obadiah? Who was Obadiah? 2, what did he say to Elijah? What did he say to Elijah? When they met, what did he say to Elijah when they met? Number 3, who had really brought trouble to Israel? The king or Elijah? Who had really brought trouble to Israel? The king or Elijah? Number 4, what did Elijah command Ahab to do? What did Elijah command Ahab to do? And that was the end of our questions as well. So thank you for being with me, and we'll be together soon again. May God bless us all. Bye for now.